In today's order of service, you will see a unique portion where it says testimonies. These testimonies will be given 3 women who have participated in the 2014 Young Women's Leadership Seminar, Be a Peacemaker. It's an annual program that's held by Scranton Women's Leadership Center. And for the last 10 days, as I mentioned earlier, we had a seminar program that focused on being a peacemaker in today's world and society for young women. And we ate together, we slept together, we studied together, and we cried together, we danced together, and had a lot of different new awakenings and breakthroughs together. And although we can't share all those things with you, and there are so many wonderful stories that the women have to share, we've chosen only 3 who will be sharing some of what they experienced with us today. So would you give our first speaker a warm applause? Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Hyunjin Roh, and I am a participant from Atlanta, Georgia of the US. I attended this seminar with little expectations, but with small hope that I would have my questions answered. As a recent graduate of college, this time period was an important milestone of my life. I had questions that only God can answer, but I was not able to hear his answers. This seminar enabled me to have a revolutionary breakthrough. I have earned far more than I anticipated. My climatic experience of this seminar was during the Wednesday demonstration for Comfort Women. Confronting the Japanese embassy with my Japanese friends was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I was able to realize the vast difference of knowing, learning, and seeing. Witnessing the existence of Comfort Women made me overwhelmed immediately. Living evidence of atrocious evil enabled me to feel a new emotion, rage against injustice. During my eloquence of translating my Japanese friend's speech into Korean, I trembled. Not because of nervousness, but of irrepressible anger. My passion broke through language barriers and moved hearts of people who did not understand my language. Reverend Haesun Kim said, "Righteous anger leads to passion for peace." I truly understand what this quote means, and it will guide me through my life. On the first day of the seminar, Dr. Chung-oh gave all participants a mission to have a new perspective of the world and become a different person. I have successfully completed the given tasks thanks to the enlightening programs and discussions of Scranton Leadership Seminar. Now I know that I can feel anger for injustice, and that righteous rage leads to passion for peace, and that passionate peace can break down even language barriers. God sometimes gives us hope and messages at the most unexpected time and place. My questions that have been unanswered for a long time has now been answered. I will devote my life for justice as a peacemaker. Thanks to the seminar, I realized that one has to be awake and have heightened awareness to understand the message of God. This seminar was a stepping stone which enabled me to take a step closer to God. I thank all staff, participants, and organizations to have given me an opportunity to attend this seminar, but I would like to ultimately thank God for this turning point. Now I'm heading to Vacation Bible School. I would like to deliver the blessings and love that God has given me. The children may attend the camp with little or no expectations, just like I did for the Peace Seminar. I would like to guide the children to have a life-lasting experience and build them a foundation of becoming a peacemaker. By giving great, memorable experiences, I would like the children to also be leaders of positive influence and spread God's love to others. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Chandler Williams, and I'm a participant from Kansas, United States, and I will be volunteering this week for VBS. Earth was created by God for good. Sometimes it seems impossible to find the good in a world consumed in war and violence. However, I believe the 2014 Be a Peacemaker Leadership Seminar has helped me find the good news in the fact that Jesus Christ does not send us out into the world to do his work alone. Through him, we have the power to be a light in this world of darkness and to spread his peace. I hope through my leadership in the Vacation Bible School this week, I can pass on some of the valuable lessons I learned to the children of Chungdong. I learned through the 2014 seminar that God shows us through nature the life he hopes we can emulate. At the DMZ Peace Life Valley, the director, Mr. Park, said, "You must have a love like the sky. The sky does not choose who can enjoy its fresh water. It does not withhold its fresh rain from a certain group, nation, or race. A tree does not give more shade to a man and less to a woman. It allows everyone to enjoy its fresh fruit and protection, regardless of their gender, ethnicity, or race." Matthew 5:9 says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God." Before I came to this peace seminar, I did not consider myself a peaceful person, let alone a peacemaker. I didn't even know what was required of a peacemaker. I thought I had too much of everything that was not peace. It is here I learned the best peace building sometimes must begin with feelings not associated with peace, such as anger. What makes a true peacemaker is how I choose to handle my anger, whether I choose to respond or react. Reacting is easy because it comes naturally in the form of violence and insults. Responding takes self-control, courage, and confidence in one's beliefs and values. It is the path of peace to respond with love rather than react with violence. There was a moment I came before God overcome with emotion. I bent over in anger that began in the core of my body. I don't know if I was angry at my own ignorance or the fact that women's voices in South Korea continue to be ignored and violations of human rights have become a social norm for the world, myself included. As soon as I bowed my head and came before God, I could feel the tears that had slowly been accumulating over the course of the seminar rising up until I felt completely vulnerable at Jesus' feet, and I cried. I cried in anger to God, the God that supposedly created earth for good. I prayed he would make it stop, the endless pain and suffering of his people. But then again, I already knew the answer. He told me, "I sent you. I need you to help my people. You can be the good by using this anger and passion I have put inside of you for good." I then realized these feelings were not sinful that I was having. God created anger. God himself has been angry many times in the Bible after the people he loved had sinned. I realized I can love and be angry. God did not create anger so that we use it to hurt one another, just as he didn't give us iron to create weapons or fossil fuels to destroy our environment. The truth is, anger fuels passion, and passion creates action. I choose to use my anger to create good, to promote change, and to make peace. This week, I will use this passion to spread God's love and peace to the children at VBS. When a woman cries in South Korea, I cry. When a woman cries in Africa, I cry. I cry for injustice because these are my sisters through Christ. I cry because I agree with a quote by Fannie Lou Hamer that says, "Nobody's free until everybody's free." So I say today that I am a peacemaker and I am angry. But my anger will not consume me. It will remind me there is work to be done and God has sent me to do it. I will go and I will use my love as a weapon to create good. For we must remember that God created earth for good. And as a peacemaker, I devote my life to make the good prevail. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Sonia and I'm from Wilmington, Delaware. I came to work for the Scranton Women's Leadership Center as an intern. I originally applied as a participant earlier this year, But because of my school, I was worried I would have not been able to participate. Luckily and thankfully, I was blessed to receive this opportunity, not only to participate in the seminar, but also work behind the scene and see the work that went into making this program. Through preparation, I learned a lot about administration work and time management. I was also blessed to develop relationships with my wonderful sisters at the center. However, the amount of work I did for the seminar and knowledge in international relations did not prepare me for what was about to come. The peace seminar was divided into 3 parts: inner peace, peace between the 2 Koreas, and world peace. It was in Inje where peace emerging from the 2 Koreas became real to me for the first time. I arrived in Inje with the intent of seeing firsthand the tensions between North and South Korea. However, there were things mentioned that I did not expect. For instance, during the DMZ session, I heard the man-made border, the land in the middle of the DMZ, was able to restore on its own. The more he continued to tell us about the flourishing life within that area, the more astonished I was because of the significance behind it. The DMZ is probably one of the most unpeaceful areas in the world. To see life flourishing within it symbolized hope in that one day we may be able to witness something beautiful happen between North and South Korea. I also realized hopes of peace in the 2 Koreas while we watched Dear Pyongyang. Now I know no matter who we are or what we believe in, we are all still human who experience love and hardships. Even the daughter in the movie didn't agree with her father's support for the North Korean government. Yet we see reconciliation and understanding between the two when the daughter tells her father how proud she was of him as he was laying on his deathbed. This movie not only impacted me, but also the other participants as well. All participants grew closer together as all of our stories connected with the women in the movie. This internship and peace seminar has tremendously impacted my life. This was a great experience as it awakened my view of peace in the world, especially in Korea. When I go to VBS, I will take this awareness and new learning with me. I am aware of the challenges ahead of us. The children and teachers alike will come from many different backgrounds with many different thoughts. But I have faith that, like the daughters and father, we may come to understand and love one another. And when we do, the children will be able to understand God's love for them even more. I'm really excited for what's to come. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies, for your heartfelt testimonies and a beautiful song. As I prepared for this sermon on the heart of Good Shepherd, I thought for a while how I should connect this theme with the women leaders who came for a peace seminar, especially in the region of Northeast Asia, Korea, 2 Koreas. In leadership, we can divide the various types of leadership into 3 models, especially at a church. The first is the traditional CEO model, where the head pastor acts as the corporate executive officer of his church and his congregation. The next is a gardener model, which is quite popular these days, where you compare the pastor to a gardener who not only trims and prunes, but provides what is needed at different occasions to grow and protect the garden. The third one is the shepherd model, which came from Jesus' model of being the shepherd to his sheep and lambs. It is also similar to the servant leadership. And I want to take this time, a special time, to recognize our servant leaders here at Chung-dong English Ministry. Starting out with Reverend Se-hyung Lee and his wife, Mrs. Se-hyung Lee, and pastors Youngwang King Hong and Hong Sung-jin and Che Ki-hoon and Myung-soo Chloe Kim, who have been great examples of servant leaders who have prepared to prepare this Vacation Bible School in the midst of their crucial personal agendas. I want to give them a little applause right here now. Thank you so much. When I talk about this servant leadership or cross leadership or the shepherd leadership, it is not just a shepherd, but a good shepherd, which means more than just not bad shepherd, but the good shepherd is the kind who lays down his or her life for the sheep. Jesus said, "I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. The hired hand, who is not the shepherd and does not own the sheep, sees the wolf coming and leaves the sheep and runs away. And the wolf snatches them and scatters them. The hired hand runs away because the hired hand does not care for the sheep. I am the good shepherd. I know my own, and my own know me, just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep," Jesus said. When I think of the word shepherd, few things come to my mind. One of them is the famous shepherd boy David in the Old Testament, telling King Saul, while volunteering himself to fight against Goliath, David advertises himself how he defeated the lions and bears by tearing their jaws while he served as the shepherd of his father's sheep. I don't think David here was paid by his father as a hired hand. We also know very well the famous fable of Aesop called The Boy Who Cried Wolf, who was a shepherd, but when bored, lied for fun several times, and eventually had his sheep eaten by the wolf. Now, among the two, between the two, who do you think was the more professional shepherd? Who do you think was the good or better shepherd between the two? I believe that when you go to teach the young children, the young souls at this Vacation Bible School, God is not necessarily asking you to be a professional, experienced shepherd, but a good shepherd, modeled after the Good Shepherd with capital G. Laying down one's life for the sheep or lambs is not easy, but that is what makes the Good Shepherd. Laying down my life can also be explained as denying my desires on the cross as a Christian, teacher, or a leader. This was Jesus' last will before he ascended into heaven to his disciples. Feed my lamb, feed my lamb, feed my lamb. To Peter, who denied Jesus 3 times, tend my sheep, tend my sheep, tend my sheep. When you say the most important words of your life before you leave, before you depart forever, and this was the will, last will of Jesus to his disciples, the chosen disciples. Jesus also said in Luke 19:10, "For the Son of Man came to seek and to save what was lost." There are many lost lambs waiting for you, teachers, tomorrow. These are not just Chungdong children, but kids from rural Korea all over the country who have come to the special VBS where half of them are American teachers and half of them are from the famous Chungdong church. They are very anticipating on this event. Your mission of this Vacation Bible School is only 4 days, and you probably have never met any of these almost 100 kids, 93 to be exact, before in your life. But they are your lambs, little lambs, appointed by God for you to practice your nurturing spirit as good shepherds. Some might be wondering, what does the spirit of Good Shepherd have to do with our peace seminar and why we were here by some of you ladies here? I am not trying to wring your wrists to fix your duties for this Vacation Bible School, but the Spirit of God gave me some insights on how you women can be even greater leaders in the future for world peace. As your beautiful song sang us, I believe that in order to keep peace, it takes much small battles and fierce spiritual warfare to maintain that peaceful situation. And the fuel of that warfare is your nurturing spirit from God. God has created us human beings in the image of himself, and I think God created us women more complex than men. God has also gifted us with more of these than men. The nurturing instincts, whether you're a mother or not. Do you agree? I am sure some of you might have to fight bad examples of patriarchy at times, but I believe that you can make the man on the street take off his coat with more sunshine than with more wind. I want to share one example of recent victory, which was the appointment of Anglican female bishop in the Church of England of 480 years. Now, I bless you, both teams, the staff of Chungdong and the teachers, and the team from the US for the common mission of Vacation Bible School in rural Korea, your mission field for 4 days. I charge you to be in harmony and in peace. There might be cultural differences on how you lead the event and how you lead each Bible lessons and other activities. However, no matter which culture you're closer to, as Christians, there is no Jew or Gentile. I plead you all to immerse yourselves to the culture of Good Shepherd. There will be spiritual warfare, both within and among each other, because you are being sent to a mission field. Please be a peacemaker. Please be good shepherds.